So for today on Somatics for my dad, we're going to be working with stools or chairs. You have your choice. So make sure that you have a stool or a chair and come meet me on the mat after the intro, and we'll start doing a few exercises to help open the body up and work with some areas that both me and my dad need to work with. I'll see you here in a moment. So for today, it's easy somatics for my dad. I want to use the stool. If you have a chair, use that. If you don't have a chair or a stool, find some sort of object more or less about a little above knee height that you can use. It can be a dresser, it can be a bed, it can be a bar of some sort hanging off, even the countertop. Something of which you'll have space to be back behind it because we're going to be using our body a little different. But something you can grab onto that'll bring the ground up higher to you to give you some more support and that you can move around. So we'll start with our hands just on the stool of the chair. For the rest of the practice, I'll say stool, but you can mean whatever object you're on. And just start to walk your feet back. Walking the feet back so you can lengthen through the whole back side of the body. You may have a big bump in the body, and that's fine. That's where you are today. And what I'm going to recommend is, as you do this, put a little bend in the knees if that lower back or that mid back feels tight. You can see that as I lengthen my legs, my back rounds up. As I bend my knees, it opens a bit. And then very lightly, about 5 to 10% of your strength, just reach your hands into the chair. Imagine that you could even reach the hands into that stool, that chair. And as you do that, you're just reaching that almost like you could press it into the ground. Now notice the difference here. When I do 100%, too much, my whole body contracts. I'm just doing a little bit. And when I do a little bit, it lets my body relax a little more and actually open up and lengthen. And as I'm pressing my hands into that stool, I'm also reaching my bum back behind me, creating more length in that upper body. And then I'm going to slowly come up. As I do this, I'm going to press my feet into the ground, using that as a way to ripple up. My back will round forward. And I'll come to a plank type pose, sort of like we're about to do a push-up. And from here I can lead with my tailbone and also come back. Heels come down. Bum comes back again. The knees will bend a little bit to give some resistance. Give some slack in the lower middle back area. And keep the hands gently reaching through the stool into the ground. And again, into the feet, coming up and coming up. This time we're going to do a little bit different. You can walk the feet slightly in, find your spot, and then bring one foot back behind you. My foot might get cut off in the video because I'm very tall. It's hard to capture me in a lot of videos. But again, keep the hands gently reaching through the chair as you... For here, my right leg is lifting up, so my left leg will keep pressing into the ground as I keep raising my right leg up. And then I'll let my right leg come down. Re-equalize, coming back up. Let the leg come down. Press into the hands and the feet, rounding up. And then let the knees come down slowly. And you can use the hands to, again, keep gently reaching into the stool, Let the chest come up, head come back. We have a chest forward, small back bend. And keeping this light engagement in the hands, in the back bend, the toes tucked. We're going to press a little more up and round back. And we can ripple forward, lowering down, coming back. From here, hands, toes, up, ripple back. And this time, keep the right hand somewhere on the stool. Reach down, let the left arm come up. You might want to bend the right knee a little bit to give more space on that left side. And let the left arm come down. Right arm come up. And again, maybe that left knee might bend a little bit to get more space, more openness in that whole side. The arm come down. Reach the hips back again. And then pull forward. Lowering the knees down. Let your forearms rest on the stool or the chair. And we can walk the knees back. The elbows can just kind of come somewhere near the edge. And let your head drop down. And then from here, again, 5-10%. Reach the elbows through the stool, reaching through the stool. Very gently to let the back area open up behind your scapula, your shoulder blades. And don't forget to breathe. Noticing is the body holding anywhere. So for example, my ribs are holding a little bit. I'm going to soften them. As they slowly soften, I'm able to drop a little more, maybe you can see. So I'm holding that I wasn't aware of. Then I recognized that I let it go and everything else started to open even easier, especially in that back area. Yeah, great. And then the head come up. Arms can reach long over that object. Again, the knees might have to walk back a little bit. And letting back into that child type pose. So that's all for today's practice. Feel free to do it a few times if you'd like. It's an easier way of moving into the body, trying to be slower, and working with some of our more developmental movements of reach, press, pull, and even yield. I didn't mention yield, but it's in there, and if you're familiar with it, you can invite that in as you play. I hope you enjoyed and got benefit out of today's practice. As always, please subscribe for updates, like, and let me know what's working for you and what else you'd like me to work with. Until next time, be well.